What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Oogie, doogie, boogie, everybody, come on! Come on! Let's come on!
Welcome in, Spitballers episode 90. I enjoy scat so much because there's some level of perceived desperation towards the back end of every scat. Because you only got so much time.
What are you talking about? Everybody come on!
Everybody come on. Welcome into the show. Excited to be here. Al Borland is here. How you doing, Al?
I'm great.
All right.
What's up, Spitwads?
That's good.
Whoa!
He's just talking straight through us.
Yeah, he started getting some love on Twitter.
Yeah, I
and
saw
all
it.
of a sudden now he's got the chest all puffed up, the microphone extra loud.
Oh, he's hooting. He's hooting over
stay.
there.
Keep hooting.
Jason Moore is here.
I am. I'm happy to be here. I tell you what, I have missed being at this table since the last time we were here.
Yeah, it's a good time. Mike the Fantasy Spitman is here.
Whoa, wait, what?
We're just trying that on for
What
size.
just happened?
Some of the spitwads out there, after I brought up Are You the Hitman on this show.
Right.
Because if you're listening out there and you don't know, we do a fantasy football podcast, I don't know, 8 times a week. It feels like the Fantasy Footballers, and Mike's nickname on that show is the Fantasy Hitman. And so I, by default, after 1,000 of those shows, have introduced Mike as, you know, the Fantasy Hitman before.
The Fantasy Spitman.
This was coming from some of the people out there, the Spitwads.
It felt like it fit. I mean, it just, it was like...
It can be a one-timer. It can be just today.
Fits.
I mean, it definitely rolls off
if the
the
shoe
tongue.
spits.
Ooh,
Nice.
very nice. I'm just concerned about the implications.
Yeah, that's fine. And then my boys are both here.
Hey-o!
Caleb and Nathan are both listening in on the show, so a little shout-out to them. I can't see them. They're very short, and they're hidden behind the monitor. But
Have you guys thought about being taller?
Yeah.
That's a great
like your
question.
dad. Follow after your dad. We've got a great show today. I have a voice. Would you rather? That's a great question. A very entertaining draft coming your way. You can find us on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod. We appreciate all of your support. I've been seeing some very kind reviews coming in, and they
how kind of them.
fill my heart with joy when I read them. So keep them coming. Apple Podcasts, subscribe, review, support the show. We appreciate it. Let's get into it.
Would you rather?
All right, Dan from Patreon says, would you rather drive a car with no temperature control
Oh.
or no audio system of any kind?
Oh, man, this is such a geographically based question. Look, if we were living in San Diego,
Sure.
I'm going to have my tunes. I'm going to be listening to those tunes. I'm windows down.
Yeah, you have the temperature control. It's the windows are down,
Yes.
and you're in control.
In Arizona, where we are unfortunately located, I would...
Now, to speak to that, we did a state draft
Yes.
a couple weeks ago.
I
And
regret not taking Arizona, genuinely.
And there was a lot of people on Twitter like, well, I thought you guys live in Arizona. What's up with that? Where's the disrespect? And I replied, properly respected.
Yes. Andy loves Arizona. He
does.
He's a big
To me,
Arizona
yes,
fan.
he does.
And so...
I know what we have here, and I know it's better than a lot of places. Now, unless you're talking about just an aversion to heat, which Jason is
We have a
talking
lot of
about,
heat.
because Jason is he's not a fan of the heat.
I run a little hot.
We
little?
were at a football practice the other day when it was something like, I don't know, it was cold. There were people with multiple layers and blankets. Jason's in a T-shirt, had no idea people around him were cold.
Considered taking the T-shirt off.
This has
Considered
to
it.
be a medical issue.
Yes.
There's something real because
Yeah, thyroid condition.
maybe some doctors out there. This is my platform for getting medical help.
Yes.
It's worked in the past, but my family took a vacation right around the Christmas season to New York. And it was, I mean, that's
New York City.
That's a chilly place, if you're talking the beginning of January.
If you're talking temperatures.
And we're in Times Square, everyone's bundled up like snow jackets and hoodies on and gloves, and I'm in a t-shirt and I was sweating.
Well, you've got your own kind of bundle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bundle
I've
of
got
joy.
A bundle of joy. I might be expecting. We don't know.
Let me ask you a real question, though, about the audio side of this question. Because, driving without music, podcasts, whatever the case may be. Give me the percentage of the time that you drive presently alone in the car, so commuting, whatever the case may be, without anything on. What percentage of the time do you drive in silence?
2%.
2%?
You're 1%.
1%. Okay.
I mean, every now and then, like
I'm about 10%.
What's fascinating to me about this question, now that I'm really thinking about it, is I think this changes over time. Your need for one or the other. Because I'm thinking back to when I was a young man. Did you guys ever experience Arizona with a car that had no air conditioning?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back before I could drive, my cousin was the primary driver because he was a year older than us, and his parents gave him a minivan that was
old.
Look,
Top of the line.
It moved. It moved, and that's all we needed. It did not have air conditioning, so we were in fact windows down. But when you arrive to your destination, your back, I mean, you need a spatula to pull yourself up off of the. You leave parts of your back every single time you drive on the chair. You have never experienced sweat until you've driven around Arizona with no AC. People in saunas are like, "Oh yeah, this is how I get my sweat out." No, get in the car and drive around with no AC.
I have reached a very American comfort level with temperature. I micro change my own house to feel perfect, my car to feel perfect. I've reached whatever pansy level necessary to need temperature control more than audio. That is my final vote.
It's called being distinguished.
That's right.
It's,
Yes.
yes. You don't need to insult yourself. And then my point of that is we drove around, no AC, just sweaty beasts. But that audio, that thing was way up. So, I mean, the system was windows down, system up for sure. And now thinking about...
You're a different kind of cool.
That's right. That's right. Different type of person.
Actually cool.
But now thinking about being that hot with loud music...
Oh, it's a
I mean, my
nightmare.
music, it's embarrassing. My volumes, I'm like 3, and my kids are like, "Dad, turn it up." I'm like, yeah, it's good in here. The audio's a little bit too loud.
I would have to have
So old.
entire wardrobe in the trunk if I were to have a car in Arizona without air conditioning. And I know that I would say the majority of the country deals more with the opposite problem, right?
That's true. Cold.
It's too
Snow.
cold. If you're in one of those places where it's snowing, how do you get in a car without heat? I mean, that seems
Seems impossible.
untenable. So for everyone not in San Diego, I think we're all taking the temperature-controlled vehicle.
All right, AK Nick from Patreon says, would you rather get hit with a real spitball every time you are concentrating on something or get hit with a football every time you are carrying something? That's interesting.
So that
Where am I getting hit with the football?
I imagine your torso.
Because getting hit with a football hurts.
Yeah. I imagine you're getting just, you're caught off guard probably somewhere in the torso area.
All right.
Not the face.
All right. So you're getting hit with a spitball.
This is a disruption of either situation.
I gotcha. Because it's going to make you, well, it has to be the spitball then. Because if you're getting hit every time you're trying to carry something, if you get hit with a football and you're not expecting it, your chance of dropping said item is got to be 75%.
every time we come to record, we carry our laptops from that room to this set.
Yeah, if all of a sudden
My hands
football-
are full with a quite nice laptop,
Right.
piece of electronic here, and then I've got a football coming at me. I don't want that. And
Plus, how often do you really concentrate?
Never. So, like, I would literally either get hit with a football. Quite often, I carry things.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to brag, but from time to time, I will carry something.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes
with the
people
best
ask
of them.
me for help. They say, "Can you carry this?" And I step up.
Oh man, moving your house would be a nightmare for the
man.
football.
No, but no longer do you have to help a friend move. Like, dude, I would totally help you move.
Oh,
but
my gosh.
you know about the football problem, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The footballs are coming. And I'm sorry, I just don't want to put you in danger. It's just for you. This has nothing to do with me not wanting to carry your couch down 3 flights of stairs.
So Jason carries things a lot. I mean, we all know this about him. He's a very capable man.
I'm the mule of the three of us. I'm the just pack me up.
What's the other word for that? And so you would either be hit by a football a lot because of your carrying ability, or you'd be hit by a spitball every couple days.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is it's one of those things, like, if it was just, would you rather be hit by a football or a spitwad? Obviously, everyone would say a spitwad.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, well, it's gross.
It's grosser. You got bacteria.
Unless
and
they mean
saliva.
that they're actually throwing one of our supporters at us.
Mm.
'Cause that's a little confusing.
Yeah, because those are spitwads as well.
Yeah.
But that'd be great.
That
I'd
would-
meet new people.
That would be a problem.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Bob. How you doing, buddy?
One of the many perks of being a supporter.
Yes, you get to get thrown.
you
at the three
loaded
of
in the
us.
cannon?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
no.
right.
Oh, no. It looks like he's thinking.
Okay, Jackie from Twitter. You are on a date with your significant other. Would you rather walk into the establishment and see all of her ex-boyfriends there, or all of your ex-girlfriends there?
This is the easiest question of all time.
It's
All
pretty,
of
it's
her
pretty easy.
ex-boyfriends.
Yep.
Because you were the winner.
You are the winner, and you don't know them. You have so much more seemingly control over the situation.
It's true, but then I would also walk into a room and there'd be like 2 people there.
Yeah, see, that's the nice thing. On my side, it's like I know Tiffany's long-term ex.
Right.
When we got together, Garrett, super nice guy, met him in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting real personal here.
Yeah, we're bringing him up.
I'm just saying, he was a nice guy. If I had to see him whenever we went out on a date, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
You lost.
In your face.
Look how much I can carry.
Look, not to brag even more. Look, I know I could carry a lot, but I'm just saying,
That's why she picked me.
if the roles
Check
were
this out.
reversed, the room would have a lot more people in it.
Oh,
And so-
Look out.
Look, the ladies like someone who can carry things.
Rico Suave coming through.
And so that would be really uncomfortable. I would much rather see Garrett.
The room would be.
You don't want to display to your wife, be like, look, I
picked you.
I was awesome.
I think it'd be fun once. I'd have one good moment, and then it would all be downhill.
Yeah, that would just be so awkward to have the ex-girlfriends there. Somehow the ex-boyfriends don't concern me because I think there's like 2.
But what if they want to fight you?
Well, if it comes to that, we'll
We'll
throw down.
One of them may pull the huge bouquet of flowers out.
Oh.
I made the biggest mistake of
final
my life.
pitch?
Yeah, and like you're like, bro, we've been married for like 15 years.
That's when I hit him with the spitwad.
the person.
Yes.
Good thing I brought my people cannon.
Are we all voting the same thing here?
Yeah, I think today.
No, I'll take my girlfriend's there. I know the last boyfriend. It would be a problem.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I want to know more.
I know.
I need if I can hit the gym a few more months,
No.
then the ex-boyfriend.
You're
shows
telling
up,
me he
then
would
we're
be
all right.
He's a real threat
Well,
if he shows up.
self-conscious. Huh?
Well, look, I'm not saying I'd have to fight him, but I would have to fight him.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's move on.
That's a great question.
I just imagine you're like, hold on a second, and then you run off to LA Fitness.
Okay.
You're like, just give me 3 months.
If there's one thing you guys know about me, I have a strong memory, and I may or may not hold a grudge.
I was going to say, and you hold a grudge. That's what I was thinking. All right, Daniel from the website has a great question for us. He says, You're in a drive-through, and the person ahead of you pays for your order.
Oh, that's so nice.
Do you feel obligated to then pay for the person behind you?
100%.
Ooh, pay it forward?
Yeah, 100%.
I can honestly say I've never been in this situation.
Well, no one ahead
So
of you has been nice.
I've never had the pressure, obligation, or thought process that I need to pay for the person behind me.
You've also then you're just saying that
I've also
you've
clearly never
started
paid
it.
for the person. I've never started it either.
You're telling on yourself.
Yeah, I knew where that was going, and that's true. I haven't. Not in a drive-through.
Right.
Would you?
I don't know.
Okay.
How do I know how big that order is back behind me?
That's the problem. And look, that's being
Do you
selfish.
check the car to see how full it is?
It looks like there's one driver. Okay.
It
As
is
opposed to multiple drivers. Like, it looks like there's 3 people driving that
Hold
truck.
on.
That's a big order.
That's a student driver car. I see 2 of them.
That's right.
There is the bit of selfishness. I will admit I'm in Andy's camp. I've never been in either situation. It's come across my mind when I've been feeling like generous, but then you're like, hold on. What if I'm buying myself a Happy Meal here, and then behind me it's a family of 6.
It's a catering
And then-
menu.
They
Then
float
it's
it up.
just even more kind.
Well, and expensive as well.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I can tell you this many times, and again, I guess I haven't done it. So once again, I'm a loser. But I've thought about buying people's items in a grocery store. Like a person who's behind me in
When you're in like the 10 items or less line.
Well, sure, but sometimes I have not done it because I'm afraid that there's the whole like
It's insulting.
it's the insulting charity perspective of things. Like, hey, I'll take care of that for you too. I
Right.
carry things, so I'm very wealthy.
I've got lots of ex-girlfriends.
Have you seen how many things?
You know what's I love, though, that you've thought about it many times. Like, this would be nice. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably paid for something in that situation where it's more convenient to like just say throw it in with this, or
Yeah, I
you
was
need to
gonna
get
say,
through the
if
line
you're
real
in a
quick.
grocery store, I don't want to pay for the person behind me.
Do you let the
Then I've
people-
got to wait for like, oh, I'm done. I'm checked out. And it's like, keep scanning, keep going back and all. Like, you got to pay for the person ahead of you.
Yeah.
When they go to pay, you're like, I got you.
But have you done the thing where you let the smaller cart go ahead of your big cart?
Oh yes. If someone has 2 items in their hands,
Yes, you let them go.
and they're behind you, and you don't let them go,
Unless you have to poop.
look. Well, that's fair. That should be an unspoken rule.
Sure.
And obviously you have to say I have to poop, otherwise I'd let you go.
It has to be announced. Yes. It's a number 2. Excuse me.
I would, but
You just make them. That's the noise. Everyone knows what that means.
yeah, I would, but
Dude, I see you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking about letting you go, but I just gotta.
gotta get home.
Why is it fart sounds now? It was more discreet before.
You're right, but you gotta be.
You know, This is gonna be a one. You know where I have where we have done this, and I think it's much easier to do this. Although, sorry to let you guys know, it's even more expensive than your multiple McDonald's orders that you're not willing to pay for. What are those Happy
Who are you
Meals?
calling stingy?
Those things are $3 a pop. But at restaurants, there's been a couple of times where when we notice like a family, or especially when something goes wrong with a meal, usually kid related, and you see that table where it's like, oh no, this is they're not having a good time out here.
Right.
You know, then it's a lot easier to cover someone's meal because you're not next to them. They don't know who did it. You just kind of pay for someone's meal. And
Can you screw that up though? Can you screw that up? Like, how do you do that procedurally? Because if you pay for their meal and you're keeping it anonymous, what if they want to add a little dessert?
What if
some
they want dessert
later on?
Now you're a jerk.
Or they have to tip on your card. I mean, both of those situations seem risky business.
I feel like this is solvable. I think they could buy a dessert. Like I've paid for their meal, and
That's
then
a strong point.
And then they're like, I want a banana split, and then the waitresses are going to be like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Your meal's been paid for. You're tapped out.
I'm doing it. I'm making the commitment. I think I'm picking up like some Chick-fil-A hashtag not a sponsor tonight. I'm doing it. fellas.
You're going to
I'm
pay
going
for the
for it.
car behind you.
I'm going for it. But then
It does sound like a nice thing to do.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna pay for for mine. I'll pay for the person behind me. But then I'm going to go park, and I'm going to go into Chick-fil-A. I'm going to say, okay, I paid for the person behind me. Did they pay for the person behind them?
And you'll find out.
And if they did, then we're good.
I like to pay
if
for
they
the-
didn't, I'm going to follow them home.
I pay for the person behind me, but then I don't pay for my own and I drive off.
Sucker!
Excuse me. Who is the bigger bill? Myself or the person behind me?
I just say what I do.
They're going to pay mine.
That's what I do. I say they got mine.
It's a sea bass situation.
I say the person behind me is part of my party. They're paying for all of it.
So now, wait a minute. This does get us back to the original question, which is we're in a drive-thru line. Someone pays for us. Do we feel obligated to pay for the person behind us?
I guess I don't. I guess I don't feel obligated.
Obligated? No.
No.
Would you? You're up to the window. Would you decide?
After this discussion, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Previously, I might not have realized it was a chain.
I've had an Ebenezer Scrooge moment during this conversation, and I'm changed. I'm now a very generous person.
Yes. Joey from Twitter has a great question for us. What advertisement actually made you, instead of buying it, swear it off, swear
man.
off the product or
Yes.
company for good, or what advertisement made you buy a product that you would never consider? So either way, what advertising is a funny thing.
The best and worst ads. You seem like you had an
Right.
answer for this, Mike.
What's funny is two came to mind immediately because they're recent, and they're both insurance companies. So
Liberty, liberty,
Yes.
liberty,
They make me
liberty.
swear
Yes.
them off.
Yeah.
They can't believe you
I-
brought that up. Their commercials stink.
I get well. What's tough is there's the one with the actor in the jacket, and it's actually a very funny commercial where he keeps messing it up. And
Yeah.
he throws a liberty bibbity. Like
Yeah.
it's a funny commercial, but then it gets to the jingle, and I just want to punch myself in the face.
I can't
over and
believe.
over.
I cannot believe you brought that Liberty Mutual commercial up, because last night I'm watching TV with my wife. They've got the emu. The Liberty. This is how
Wait,
bad it is.
Hold on. What?
They
Is
decided
this
that
new?
first. They decided that Liberty Mutual is Lemu, which is stupid. Second of all,
Lee Mew?
yeah, then
Like
they,
the hockey player?
Limu, Lemu, emu. Then they named the emu an emu, which is the animal emu.
Hold on. What?
Lemu.
There's already a gecko
Listen, bro. They're like doing the old "we can do it too" thing.
because they already stole their jingle.
So my wife and I sit there, and my wife and I look at each other, and Bree goes, "What do you think happens in those ad meetings? Do you think there's a bunch of old guys in there like, this thing's going to kill?" And this was about Liberty Mutual last night. They are the worst commercials out there.
And what's crazy is Mike started talking about it, but he didn't even say what it was.
And you knew
before
what it was?
I said,
Yes.
liberty, 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 liberty. Hey,
Lazy.
look, you got me to remember your company in the worst way possible.
Exactly.
For those reasons, Shark Tank.
So,
I'm out.
Just because your jingle gets stuck in people's head doesn't mean it's good.
But maybe it does.
Or they're going with the no.
Maybe the subconscious awareness
all
is
press is
greater,
good press?
greater sign. Yeah, all press is good press.
It very-
I'm aware of who they are.
Listen to this.
And I don't wanna
Lemu,
use them.
Emu. That's all I got to tell you. It's real bad.
I'm so upset right now that they've gotten worse.
I am always suckered by the new food product, because if you're
Oh
introducing,
man, the new fast food.
yeah, if you introduce
Yeah.
a new fast food thing,
Oh, they get me.
those work really well
Yes.
for sure.
We took a burger and we put French fries on it. I'm like,
What is, Jack?
crap, this
Jack
is
in the Box
amazing.
has some like more burger less bun thing. I'm like, that sounds like a good plan.
hold on. Wait.
We changed the buns out for chicken
Tell me more.
patties.
Oh yeah, no, the double down.
yeah.
That thing was awesome.
The double bypass.
Took a few years off my life, but I had it.
Delicious.
Do you guys have one besides Liberty?
That's the one that's at top of mind right now.
Yeah, I know that
They
this
will
is-
never sponsor this.
No,
show.
hashtag never a sponsor.
I will say this: when you watch a lot of sporting events, certain sponsors are, that's really when you watch commercials. It's
Right.
because you're watching
Yes,
live
that's
television.
the only time.
So when a sponsor decides to repeat the identical ad
Oh,
every single time, and they don't pivot, they don't alternate, you do become annoyed
Those
by
are-
seeing
Yeah.
the same thing.
especially when it's like a major, like every now and then there'll be a car company that just runs the same car commercial 500 times through like 3 weeks in a row. And it's like I know for a fact you have more commercials. Run do a change up here. I can't stand that.
All right. Turtles are neat. from Patreon has a question for us.
That's accurate.
If everyone was just like you, which industries would flourish and which would die off? So if everyone was just like me, well, clearly no one would ever ski. Skiing industry would be gone.
That's a good one.
I'll tell you, the restaurant industry would be booming. I really believe in the value of making me food.
Ben and Jerry would be the richest two men on the face of the earth.
Yes, for you, for sure.
If everyone was like me.
Yeah, and I mean they already do pretty well, but Nike would.
They already do pretty well, but I would.
I'm just saying, if everyone was like me,
apparently they are, because Nike is doing very well.
But if everyone were like me and like collected shoes, I mean, I have
you know what company
30
would die
plus
off?
pairs of shoes.
If everyone was like us,
LA Fitness.
If all three of us were the populace, razor companies would probably struggle.
That's true,
right?
That's true
due to the beard.
Well, just
situation.
The blade. Like I still need an electric trimmers.
Yeah, we still shave. We shave our necks and stuff. I think. I mean, you still need it. You can't. Like, I realize we don't use it as much.
I use an electric trimmer constantly.
But you use a razor. You still have to have a razor to shave even just part. That's just a fact. You're looking at me like I'm.
You're very emphatic. That's all.
But you use a trimmer on your face, right?
I use an
electric.
Yeah, for the beard, and then I use a razor for my neck. But
okay.
I figured Mike and you don't use a razor.
I don't use a straight blade.
Straight blade.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I would say the combustion engine industry would not be doing as well. We got some electrics.
That's right.
Save their lives. I'll tell you who would be doing very poorly. Toilet paper companies.
Oh, excellent.
Because,
but the bidet companies.
The bidet life is phenomenal.
If you want to understand why these two gentlemen need their temperatures right in the car.
This is the hoitiest section of this show has ever seen.
Yes.
You know who'd be doing great? Gold vaults.
Grey Poupon. Gold vaults. Gold vault companies. Gringotts.
Gringotts would be fantastic.
You know who would be doing terrible? Liberty Mutual.
That's right.
Get out of my life.
You guys want to draft?
Sure.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, this is a very interesting draft. I hadn't seen this idea until just before the show.
Oh, gosh.
Al Borland put it in there. It is making the worst smoothie. You get to draft 3 foods, 1 liquid, and basically you have to draft items that would be at a grocery store to make the worst smoothie. This reminds me of like being an adolescent at the cafeteria table.
Yeah. When you click all the sodas,
where like everyone's done with their food, so you all decide to mix your foods together. At the middle of the table and make some sort of concoction.
Yep.
That's probably how coronavirus started.
Probably.
I believe that. I did read a report about that.
Yes. So we are making the worst smoothie, and Mike has the first pick, which, I mean, clear 101, right?
I do have a clear 101.
Okay,
actually.
I don't.
Really?
I was just joking.
I do. I have 2 picks that I really want. One that I think. Well, I can't see your notes.
There is a clear 101.
Well, okay. We'll see if it's the same. Fish.
Yeah, it's the clear 101.
Oh, no.
100% fish. You win the poll.
Yes.
Because
Not necessarily.
Okay, we'll do our best.
Well,
to
that's
nasty
excellent
this
because
up.
I had 2 things. I was like, which one can possibly come back to me?
Fish in a smoothie does ruin it immediately.
I feel like fish is the worst pick.
Oh, that is
By worst, I mean best.
That is not good. Would you like a fish smoothie?
Gross.
No.
Oh, man, you got the little eyeballs all ground up.
Just look. No, they're not. Not in my fish smoothie.
No, you de-eye them
Yeah.
first. Oh, that's
But
very
then
noble.
it's like a topper.
Oh, like
So
a cherry on top,
Yeah,
little eyeball
but
on
it's an
top.
eye, so it can look at you.
Very nice. Okay, so what are the rules of this draft? So that I'm just saying, like, how many whats do we need?
How
3
many
foods,
whats?
3 foods, 1 liquid.
3 foods and 1 liquid. I've got a couple items.
only
I'm
said
not
it
sure
2
which
minutes ago.
category that would fall into between the food and the
You
liquid.
got a problem with? You have a problem figuring out if something is a food or a liquid?
Yes.
I can see what he means with a couple things.
Yeah. So I'll start. Oh gosh, I really wanted fish, Mike.
Sorry.
Fish was so good. I'm going to take. It's my first pick. I can pick anything but fish.
This is
There's
not
only
going well.
one thing I can't pick. Only fish. Just act like you never thought of that idea. What's the worst thing? And what's crazy here is I've got a list of things, but they're all so inferior to.
So then it doesn't
Fish.
matter what you pick. Just pick one.
Well, then I'm going to have my base be hot dogs.
Okay.
I'm gonna put some nasty
It does.
raw wieners in the thing and blend it
All
up.
hot dogs are cooked. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, a hot dog is
You just mean cold.
Yes,
Yeah.
cold hot dogs.
Yeah.
It sounds gross. So it's not bad. It's no fish. But
All right.
It's not bad.
Interesting. So I have to go 2 picks here.
Yes.
What is cream cheese? Is cream cheese
That's what I'm talking
Is cream
about.
cheese a liquid or is it a food?
That's a food.
It's a
That's
food. Yeah.
Even like if you go mustard, we'll say that's a food. Liquid will be an actual liquid.
All right, then I'm going to kick it off with cream cheese and raw eggs. Cream cheese
Okay.
and raw eggs, shells and
All
all.
right.
Shells and all. My
Oh,
friends.
all right.
Shells and all. Cream cheese and raw eggs.
Well, if
Well,
you
then
have,
I get the hot dog buns.
if you have a Vitamix, it's not a problem for the shells.
That's true. That's true. I mean, we're working on the Ninja blender here, Mike. There's some chance.
Oh,
there's
sorry.
a chance you've got some shells in there. All right.
Now, what
So
you
I'm
did-
sorry to draft so quickly,
Yeah,
Jason, because
that-
I know that's one of your.
That was my issue.
That is an issue.
You've put it right back on me. I was struggling a minute ago. Neither of those things
We can tease that. I mean, cream cheese is just that's not a particularly normal smoothie ingredient.
No.
You know, you could put stuff. Milk is a normal ingredient into smoothies, but I'm not feeling great about cream cheese being mixed together with whatever other things I'm going to put in there.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with is something a little bit similar. It was the question between is it
Okay.
a food or a liquid,
All right.
and it's sour cream.
Okay.
I
All
feel
right.
like sour cream and hot dogs is something I would not like to blend up and ingest.
What's interesting though is like I could put sour cream on a hot dog, and
That's true.
and that would be delicious.
That's true.
There's not a single Spitwad listening who actually likes hot dogs more than me.
Okay.
This is not. I mean, there are some things that are only meant to be
it's
eaten
true.
one way, and a hot dog should not be blended up and drank.
I won't argue with that. I was just saying that the two not blended.
I'm making I'm making a cohesive, delicious, disgusting smoothie.
You're gonna build a Sonoran dog.
That's
But
right.
just throw it in a
but now
blender.
blend it up and
All right. So I got fish. So I'm going to start this off. You might notice a theme here. I'm going to go with ghost peppers.
Oh man!
some hot fish.
So
Yes.
so far you have.
So I have two foods, and I will take my liquid now, which is in fact hot sauce.
Wow, that is a real bad smoothie. That is a real bad smoothie.
So look, the best part
Ghost peppers, hot sauce, and fish.
the best part about my smoothie is you will have a really bad time twice.
Oh no!
Oh man. Gross. All right. Well, I guess that. So I've got.
You're up, dude.
You guys are really quick on the draw here. You know exactly what you don't want to ingest. I'm proud of you. So I'm gonna stick with my perfect dog, and I am gonna take mustard.
Okay, it's
Okay,
so
I've got
mustard was in consideration.
I've got a
for
hot
me.
dog, mustard, sour cream. It's gonna be a bad color.
You're just making a
I'm
hot
just
dog.
building a hot dog, and now I've got a liquid left. So
All right, so I have to finish my smoothie up, and I have cream cheese and raw eggs. Jason, what's your smoothie so far? Hot dogs?
it's hot dog, sour cream, and mustard.
Okay. Sounds delicious.
It sounds delicious
Oh
if it's not a smoothie.
It really doesn't sound that bad. All right, I'm going to go I have cream cheese. I have raw eggs. I'm going to finish it off with soy sauce as my my liquid.
Okay.
Oh, that's
All right.
So salty.
Yes.
So salty. And then, I don't know, some raw beef chunks. Let's just do some raw beef chunks in there to finish it off.
Like
Cream cheese, raw eggs,
You
beef,
have to-
beef chunks, and soy sauce.
you got to have a meat in there because for some reason
because you don't have to have a meat in there is why you have to have a meat in there.
I've never experienced it. I haven't had a blended up meat. You know, I haven't.
You haven't lived.
I haven't had a broken jaw situation or anything where you have to live the smoothie life with everything, and you got to figure out how to get protein in. But why is it that meat seems so disgusting blended up when in fact you're kind of blending it up in your mouth?
That's a good point. I think it's because I don't know. I guess there are things like what are those Slim Jims? You know, they got like blended meat on the inside of them.
That's a blended meat.
Sausages are like blended meats, right?
And then they just put it into a case.
Super good. I just wanted to chime in and weigh in there. Slim Jims are
And
very
we
good.
we do ground beef.
Yes.
Yes,
I don't know. Because I'm on the side of blended meat.
Well,
sounds
I think
disgusting.
I think the raw part.
Okay.
yeah, because you're not cooking it.
No,
You're-
you're just like I want to throw up thinking about blending
alright.
a bunch of raw meat.
You got
together.
raw meat and eggs.
Yeah,
Just
like your salmonella. You got it all.
look, if you've got to drink one of these smoothies, I think it has to be Andy's. I mean, the protein level in his smoothie is off the charts. There's nothing redeeming from mine or Mike's. I mean, maybe you get some omega.
If you throw relish
threes.
in as your final pick,
it
here,
would be great, but it's not a liquid.
You need a liquid.
I need a liquid.
you have
And
hot dogs, sour cream, mustard, and you need a liquid.
ketchup. No, since mustard is not a liquid, I am wanting to build my perfect hot dog here.
Wait,
This
you
is the
missed-
hot dog draft, right?
Yes, this is the hot dog draft.
Okay, good, because that's what I was drafting. So for my hot dog, I'm going to finish it off.
I would like chives.
My favorite hot dog is a Chicago dog. And while I can't do relish or a pickle, I can certainly
You can do pickle juice.
I
Nice.
love Michael Keaton.
Nicely done.
So pickle juice will finish my hot dog. Yeah.
He's like, they put it in the blender, and he's like, hold that blend right there.
Hold that blender. Let me
hold
just
that
eat
blend.
it.
Let me drink that.
Phrases that have never been uttered
In the
history of the English language. That pickle juice will finish my hot dog.
Yes.
Oh,
That's like a code word.
You're welcome, America.
Yeah, when you call somebody up,
Yeah.
Agent Smith. Yes,
How's the weather today? That pickle juice
will finish.
will finish my hot dog. Clearance granted.
Roger.
All right, Mike, you have fish, ghost peppers, hot sauce. I mean, yours is certainly a smoothie that I would need to do quick shots of. I'm not drinking this straight.
Well, look, you can't have sushi without some wasabi, am I right?
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
So,
That's how you're finishing
So,
this.
you just went full spice and fish.
yeah, you
I
went
did.
like basically, how do I make this fish burn your mouth off?
yeah, look, your esophagus will be no more.
Oh my gosh. And later on, the other parts of you will be no more.
Your downstairs will be no more.
Yeah.
Everything is no more.
Well, this
Now-
was one of the more interesting drafts of all time.
it was.
Now, for the poll's sake,
we make-
Al Borland, two options. One is what is the best hot dog, and then give these ingredients. But two, and I think more accurately, now that we have done our best at making the worst, we should say which one do you want? Which one would you actually eat? Make people choose. I only say that because Mike would win.
Al, did we have any big smoothie omissions that you're surprised none of us drafted? Was there anything that was sticking out for you?
No, not really.
I mean, in the beginning,
I'll be honest, I didn't prepare for this one.
in the beginning, like my first thought was like, okay, a food. I was thinking like potatoes, because I want the texture just to be ruined. You can't make that a
Potatoes are
drink.
great in a drink. They're called mashed potatoes.
But would you?
Wait, you just said so mashed potatoes are great in a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time you had a drink with
I've drank
potatoes?
look, I had tonsil surgery when I was in my late 20s. I literally like drank blended up mashed potatoes with gravy for like meals all the time. It was amazing.
Yes, mashed potatoes and
Mashed
gravy
potato
are
shake.
amazing. That is That is
but
100% true.
But here's the thing.
Out of a mug. I drink them out of a
the
mug.
The only difference between the two things you are talking about is he removed the spoon.
Yeah, I drink them out
It's
of
not a different
coffee mug.
It's not a different food.
It's a different food because he also removed the butter and
I'm
all
sure.
of the...
I'm sure all that stuff was in there.
No. It was
even-
in his. I'm
even-
saying if it was just potatoes, that's not mashed potatoes. You can't just blend up a potato and think, "Ooh, this tastes good."
Even
now.
when Jason's trying to make the worst smoothie, he just makes the best foods.
But I don't
He
know.
just makes foods he loves.
I
like-
love all food.
I like to picture Jason with, like, one person's eating soup with a spoon and one's just drinking it out of the bowl, and he's like, "That's disgusting."
That would be super gross.
What did we learn today?
What did we learn today? I learned that I don't want any of these smoothies. I learned that Jason had a disproportionate amount of girlfriends compared to his wife's boyfriends.
I learned that I should probably be a more selfless person.
And I learned that I want to meet our fans via human cannon. Shot right at me. Come on down.
Every time you concentrate?
Smack. I'll catch you in a hug.
That's true. You're good at catching and
I'm
carrying.
squishy.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.